want to downplay the significance of the beat and the whooping we took today. But it's my job to find the bull markets, right? Wherever they are. Even on days when you just want to go home and drink cheap scotch on my old dirty linoleum floor. Minus the shoelaces and the belt. Safety precaution. But every cloud does have a silver lining. And today you can find it at a delicious one. Panera Bread. P-N-R-A. Hey, listen, this stock is up $5 today. I bet you we'd be up 10 if we didn't have this slashing. And that's because it raised fourth quarter guidance last night and reported same-store sales growth of 7.4%. Boy, I remember we used to get numbers like that all the time before the bear market. And that's because company-owned bakeries, cafes, with these numbers accelerating from, get this, 6.8% in October to over 9% in December and January. Wow. This kind of accelerated revenue growth is exactly what Wall Street wants to see. And Panera's got the strongest growth in the casual dining industry. I'm going to repeat that because it's not hyperbole. It has the strongest growth in the casual dining industry, which is a big industry. The company's actually been able to raise prices. Why? It's got healthy offerings people really want. It's got a menu with a lot of variety. It's got a broad range of different price points, which I love. It's got 1,300 locations. Got plenty of room to grow. 80 to 90 new units expected to open this year. Very excited about that because that's a step up in growth. At the same time, it's big enough to leverage the national footprint with its media, which is allowing Panera to see a 60% increase in media impressions at the same dollar cost as before. In other words, rates came down for advertising, they stepped it up, and it's helping. Panera's got new offerings, fabulous balance sheet, zero debt. How much do we love that? And last but not least, it does indeed have the best management in the business. Panera stock's up 33% since the last time we spoke with its terrific CEO, Ron Shaich. That was April 29th of last year. It was traded at $55.37. It's up 51% since I recommended it July 23rd. It was at $48.74. I'm sorry, July 23rd of 2008. And that was after my daughter insisted on going there after every field hockey practice. That's how I know about the Chili Bowl. During that time, the S&P 500 is down 12.7%. That is some FABU performance. Look, this is simply one of the best stories out there, not just in the restaurant business, but in the whole market. We got to know more about Panera Bread. So why not bring on the CEO, great Ron Shaich, who unfortunately is retiring? Well, we'll find out more about that anyway. Ron, welcome to Mad Money.
Jim,
in person.
Thank you.
Good to see you. I got the whole goods here.
Wow, this looks good. What are we eating?
Well, you name it, man.
Yes. What are you eating?
Well, I'm probably in the end going to go for the chicken salad, and I may not eat the bacon because I'm trying to lose a little weight and haven't been able to work out as much.
You're looking good. You've lost weight.
Me?
Huh? Yeah.
You really mean it?
I really do mean it.
All right, that's probably off topic, but when you hear that, this doesn't make you feel great. All right, now.
Yes.
Everybody is getting crushed. We're excited when we see 1% growth. When a company reports 2% growth, we're jumping up and down. How 7%? How for a month 9%? What are you doing the other guys are?
2 months, Jim.
2 months. 2 months and 9.
December and January have been up over 9%.
Right. Well, how?
Well, I think we are making a difference for customers. People are reacting to the salads we rolled out this summer. They're reacting to the macaroni and cheese we rolled out in December. They're reacting to the fact that we've invested more for the customer. The quality of the operations are up, the accuracy is up, the speed of service is up. We've engaged in a whole new approach with our catering effort. And as you mentioned in your intro piece, our marketing has intensified. Brought it together, we're putting investment into the customer as opposed to stripping cost out.
Go back to something you said. My Panera on Route 10 and my Panera on 202. I got one near my Kings right in Melbourne. All of them do the same thing, which is they are very specific about how quickly you get your food. Could you explain to people why that is? You have done more on that than any other of the, maybe not the McDonald's level, but any of the quality dining eating places.
I think we would say it's the totality of the experience. Okay. People have to come because this food is worth going out of your way for. Secondly, when you get there, you have to be served by people that have their own self-respect. Right. And then third, it's served in an environment that engages you. Putting that all together, time matters.
The self-respect is right. Everybody I've ever gone, and it's not just because, believe me, I'm a recognized guy. Sure. But every single one of your stores always feel like king.
Jim, they may be thinking you're me.
Could be.
Absolutely.
Maybe I
think it's actually the hairline.
It could be. All right, Ron.
Yes.
One of the things that we talked about, and you would always say, let's wait till the prices come down, is real estate. Now, I saw Pizzeria Uno file for bankruptcy. Sure. Since we've seen you last, a lot of the restaurants have closed. Is now the time to expand like you held back before?
Jim, this is the time to grow. Occupancy costs for Panera were down 25%.
You waited and waited. I encouraged you to do it beforehand. You were right.
Absolutely. Development costs, the cost of construction were down 20%. The average weekly sales of new stores were up this year. Put that together, the class of '09 will be among the best classes ever built in Panera's history.
Explain to people how you can leverage advertising spending. Another thing that you were very prudent about, you just did a lot of billboards, but now you're really being aggressive because the rates have come down.
Yes. We would say this, that it's really not about the media itself, it's about the marketing strategy. We know who our customer is, we understand that customer, and the approach with that customer is to build a relationship with them. First, that they understand the quality difference that Panera brings. We're talking about bread that is always made with fresh dough. We're talking about things like antibiotic-free chicken. When we can deliver that message to the guest, when they understand it, they deepen their relationship with Panera, they respond, and they show up.
Only Chipotle's got that same level, but I want to talk about something that you've tapped into. I was speaking to the people who run Domino's Pizza.
Yes.
There's a wave sweeping this country that only you seem to be aware of, which is teenagers who are vegetarians. Yes. And they're going to, anybody who's been on a college campus knows that almost every college has a vegetarian cafeteria now. Did you do it deliberately? How did you know that your food was going to appeal directly to this vegetarian? This is the fastest growing population in schools.
You're absolutely right, Jim. I'm amazed that you've got it. I mean, the truth of the matter is that there's been a rejection over the last 2 decades in this country of mass-processed, commercialized food. People want food that they respect, and that includes the quality of their ingredients, that includes oftentimes food that's vegetarian.
Right.
We've seen a movement towards that. Soup, salads, they're the growth categories in the menu.
Everyone always said before you guys came along that you can't afford it, that there's no way you could deliver this kind of food for less than $12, $15 a meal.
Sure. You know, I don't think it costs all that much more to do it right. It requires a commitment to do it right. And I think part of what has made Panera the success it has over the last decade, I mean, best performing stock in the restaurant industry for the last decade, what has made that happen has been this absolute commitment to mastering what it means to do real food. I mean, this is, you look at that, that's real salmon. That's fresh salmon. You know, the lettuce is the same lettuce you're going to get at the best hotels in America. We cut out the outer leaves of it. We're talking about the heart of the romaine. You can look around. You can take the chicken, antibiotic-free, all-natural chicken. I mean, we're talking about real food.
All right, how about your schedule of when you're going to be open all day?
When we're going to be open all day?
I mean, when we can, you know, how have you been able to lever breakfast, lunch, and dinner? What's your plan?
It's interesting. What Panera is, it starts with our commitment to handcrafted bread made by the largest cadre of professional bakers in America, fresh dough every day. From that platform, we compete in 3 consumer solutions. We offer a breakfast solution. That's a baked good and a beverage. It's a wonderful breakfast sandwich.
We didn't do always do. You didn't start like this.
No, we started as a lunch business.
Right.
Basically rooted in sandwiches served on artisan bread. At that point, we were doing $1 million a unit. We then grew into the breakfast business. We added the bagels. From our, again, fresh bagels. We added the breakfast sandwiches. That took us up to about $1,250,000. And then the third business that we added was the Oasis or Gathering Place business. Panera operates the largest free Wi-Fi network in the United States.
I always sit up there. They never give me, there's always an outlet next to every table, which I love. Most people don't have outlets. All right, one last question, because I know that Regina Gilgan is giving me the hook. She's our executive producer, and I would not even pay any attention to her, but it happens to be her birthday today.
Yes.
You're retiring.
No, I'm not retiring.
All right, tell me, because I'm not going to be a CEO.
All right, for 30 years, I have wanted to make a difference, and the way I've made a difference is through Panera. What I love about Panera is solving problems. And I believe that there's so many problems outside of Panera. There's so many problems in our society, and I want to contribute. And what I said to my board 10 years ago was I wanted to do it. The criteria to doing it was having the right leadership who could take over, the right CEO, and the breadth of management. We have both in place. The time is now for me to take a couple of days a week and begin to explore how can I help make a difference, whether it be in public policy, in a nonprofit. There's just a whole bunch of ways that I can help solve problems.
It sounds like you left Panera in good hands, and the world's going to be a better place because you're doing something like that, because you are a success at everything you do, sir. Okay, thank you to Ron Shaich, the great chairman and CEO of Panera Bread. This has been a winner. Hey, go eat there on the way home. It's pretty darn good. Thank you, Ron.
Thank you.